In this video, I'd like to ask the question, where do ideas come from? And present you with 5 ways that we get creative ideas. As a project manager, I'm always trying to stay one step ahead. And this isn't just about trying to get my reaction in early. It's about coming up with new and innovative directions in which I can take my project to create more value for my client, for my sponsor, for my boss. So the question of where these creative ideas come from has always fascinated me. And in thinking about it, I've come up with 5 sources of creative ideas that I'd like to share with you. And each one draws on an example in my career. Example 1 was the creation of a new work stream and a major project that I was leading. And as a habit, I always like to try and take something like half an hour a week just to get away from what I'm doing and think. Typically, I will take a pen and a notebook and nothing else to a cafe or coffee shop of some sort. I'll get myself a cup of coffee and I will think about what's going on. What I'm trying to do is let my mind wander a bit, to see around the next bend, to see what's coming over the horizon, if you like. And on one occasion, I remember having a moment of insight when I realised there was a whole area of work that we were missing in this project. I made a note in my notebook and then quickly went back to my office and made a few phone calls. Within a day, we had a whole new work stream, which was vital to the ultimate success of the project. So typically, when I take some time out to think, I do get new ideas. Sometimes they're ways to improve what we're doing. Sometimes they take what I'm doing in a whole new direction. Let's call this style of creative thinking deliberate creation. Example 2 comes from the formation of online PM courses, back to the original idea that triggered it. I'd been experimenting with online video training courses for around a year. And it was towards the end of the year and I was having a conversation with my wife about what was working, what wasn't working, what I enjoyed, what I didn't enjoy. And the idea came up in the conversation to start a whole business around online project management courses. Once again, within a few minutes, I had the idea clearly in my mind. I knew what I wanted to do, and within an hour, I sketched out a roadmap in my notebook. Sometimes the ideas come up through a conversation, through that interactive dialogue between 2 or 3 people that triggers ideas in your mind, helps you make connections. Let's call this one conversational creation. Example number 3 draws on the way that I write my books. I've written 14 print books and a large number of ebooks as well. And I always start with creating a mind map, or a spider diagram if you prefer to call it that. I'll start with the topic that I want to write about. I'll put it in the center of a page, put a box around it or a circle around it, and then I'll draw lines out to the different ideas and the different concepts that I associate with the core topic. And as I do this, I can branch off those lines to more detailed ideas. And as I put more and more ideas around the topic, I'll start to link them up, see how they connect up, see the sequence, and also find gaps. Building a mind map that incorporates everything you know about a topic and highlights the things that you don't yet know and you need to increase your knowledge is a fantastic way to create a product or an idea or a presentation or a video. Let's call this one linking creation. Example number 4 is where a lot of ideas seem to come from. Have you noticed that you often get ideas towards the end of the day when you're tired, or at the start of the day just as you're getting up? I've certainly noticed that there's this magic hour between waking up and getting fully alert and into your day. So I will try to harness that, let the ideas come to the surface that have been bubbling around in my unconscious while I've been sleeping. Some people do morning pages. They'll take a blank sheet of paper and they will write everything that comes into their mind, looking for some inspiration, and sometimes it will be there. For me, I like to start my day with the most creative activity that I need to carry out, because I know that it'll be easier for me to find ideas and inspiration at that time of day. But if you have a brilliant idea just before you go to bed, always write it down. I always do, because I know that if that idea is a good idea and I don't write it down, then I'll be worried about forgetting it, and it will buzz around in my brain and stop me going to sleep. So let's call this principle sleepy creation. And example number 5. That's how this video came about originally. The idea for this video came from a collection of material that I keep. Whenever I see something interesting, I'll clip it out or I'll make a note in a notebook, so I've got a constant stream of ideas available to me when I need them. Sometimes this is known as a swipe file, or a morgue file, or a tickle file, or just an ideas file. Whatever you want to call it, if you come across an interesting idea, record it. And then when you need the idea for an email, an article, a presentation, or a video like this, you can go to your ideas file, ripple through it, find an idea that grabs you, and develop it. The idea behind this video started off as one paragraph in an article I read, which made me think, where do we get our creative ideas from? Where do I get my creative ideas from? I'll do something about that. So let's call this one prompted creation. So, what's the answer to where do creative ideas come from? My answer is they're already in there bubbling away. They're already in your mind, or possibly in a physical file. All you have to do is have the mechanisms to access them. Whether it's going for a cup of coffee, having a shower, going for a walk, starting your day early, having a conversation. It doesn't matter. Find the right methods for you and let those ideas bubble to the surface. Because creation isn't about building something new out of nothing. It's about taking the germ of something and developing it into something useful. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you're sure not to miss anything. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next one.